What's going on, guys? All right. So, back when the Apple IPO came out, I remember shares being around 90 some dollars a share. And of course, I had some, didn't hold on to it. And here we are today. Apple is $462 a share, double the valuation. Do I recommend buying Apple stock? Well, you know, I've been investing in real estate and stocks since 2006. Not a very long time, but I learned from my father, who was had been doing that for quite some time. And one thing I can say when it comes to Apple is, their valuation is sound, their financials are sound, but there's a bit of a problem here. And if we just take a quick peek on earnings, the revenue is solid, net income, profit margin. I mean, that's pretty profitable. Amazon barely hovers around 2% profitability. Apple is pretty profitable. So, that definitely works in their favor. This is just a recent. You can go on Google Finance and look up the particulars on the other quarters. But as far as whether or not I would buy the stock, it's tough to say, because what this is symptomatic of the fact that we are seeing massive inflation. We're not only seeing massive inflation, but these, over time, and I guess that wasn't the IPO when I had it. It was a few years after the last split, I guess, that I had it. But if you look at the chart, it's really spiraling out of control, in my opinion. I mean, it can't just keep going up, right? Or can it? I want to know. I'm legitimately interested, because you don't see a whole lot of stocks like this. Apple has an immense amount of credibility. Obviously, they're one of the largest tech companies on the planet, but they're facing a lot of issues right now. One of them is some antitrust probes by the government because of their policies on the App Store, which is a major segment of their revenue. So the real question is, can Apple maintain this upward mobility? And I wouldn't necessarily buy it today, but that's not to say that it couldn't edge higher. Which what we're seeing now really looks at the bigger picture, and that is that we're the rebound from the coronavirus scare has been really pretty solid, but I think we're going to eventually start to see the aftermath. And I don't think we're prepared for that yet, but I think we're going to see some response to that. I think that once these government programs run out, it could be a massive correction. Once people start losing their jobs and losing their homes and cashing in their 401ks and selling out these assets, at some point, things are going to be edging down. At what speed, at what rate, nobody knows. If you know, please comment. I want to know. But that's my take. Overall, it's not really a strong stock to own just based on the dividend return. Remember, Warren Buffett said, "Don't buy anything without a dividend." So I tend to follow his advice on that. So it makes sense. I mean, you got some gain potential probably over the long term. It'll probably go to 1,000 over, within a 10-year range. It's going to go up and down, but it's going to continue edging higher because it is a valuable stock. It's a very valuable company. They reached a $2 trillion valuation today. So as a long-term hold, buy. As a short-term gain, absolutely not. Maybe short it if you're into that. So that's it. That's for Apple. That's my thoughts on whether or not you should buy Apple stock. And subscribe to the channel for more tips, and post a comment where you're at on this, buying, selling. Let me know your thoughts.